All right, let's go ahead and talk about rainfall for the next week. We can see that a couple different patterns are starting to set up for our northern plain states and actually our western Great Lakes states. A fairly dry pattern is starting to emerge. That's thanks to a high pressure system that's really going to be blocking a lot of precipitation out of the way. That's obviously going to be up here to the north. But that being said, as we move over to the south and to the east, you can see that Mississippi, Alabama going to be getting a good shot of moisture. Actually out to the west there, Oklahoma looks like going to be a fairly potent area in the country for rainfall this upcoming week. So let's go ahead and actually visualize that with our radar image for the day. This is obviously in a couple hours at 7 o'clock in the morning. A couple areas of rain. Here's this big cold front that is starting to sweep through much of the nation. That's going to kick up a lot of shower activity, especially for the northwest and east for that matter. But as we can see, that ridge kind of building, and what's riding that is a little bit of moisture in the plain states. That's obviously going to help Oklahoma get some of those impressive totals. And then that's really going to be kicking off this big trough that, as we can see, really is firing off a lot of rain chances for much of the country going into the weekend. Finally, let's go ahead and take a look at that precipitation outlook. And it's going to be those same states that we were talking about before. Texas going through the Gulf Coast states and actually going up much of the East Coast. Those folks going to be getting a lot of rain. I know planting is still happening right now, so we need those states to also dry out a little bit so farmers can get that seed in the ground. Woodard, Nebraska, 80 degrees and a low of 62 degrees. Norfolk, Virginia, 79 degrees, low of 68. And finally, Ames, Iowa, 78, low of 59 degrees.